This is Unexplained Mysteries, and today we set sail on a journey through history, folklore, and the unknown. What you'll hear isn't fiction. These are real encounters, real disappearances, and real anomalies that defy reason. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, and yet we know more about the surface of the moon than the depths of our own seas. Beneath the waves lies a world of secrets, sunken ships frozen in time, creatures we've only glimpsed in myth, and strange phenomena no science has yet explained. In 1872, a perfectly intact ship drifted with no soul aboard. In 2016, a sonar scan in the Baltic revealed a structure shaped like a UFO. And somewhere off the coast of Somalia, treasure hunters believe Blackbeard left behind more than just gold. And many more. Welcome to 21 Unexplained Mysteries of the Sea They Never Solved. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries. The Mary Celeste. In December 1872, a British brigantine named the Dei Gratia stumbled across another ship drifting eerily through the Atlantic. It was the Mary Celeste. The sails were set, provisions untouched, and the hull completely intact. But not a soul remained on board. The crew had vanished without a struggle. No signs of mutiny, no distress call, no damage. Even valuables and food were still in place. The lifeboat was missing, so perhaps they abandoned ship. But why? And where did they go? The sea was calm, the ship seaworthy. To this day, no one knows what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste. Theories range from sea quakes and pirates to paranormal events. But none explain why a perfectly good ship would be left behind like a floating tomb. The USS Cyclops. In March 1918, the USS Cyclops, an enormous Navy fuel ship, was en route from Brazil to Baltimore with over 300 men aboard. Then, somewhere in the Bermuda Triangle, it simply disappeared. No wreckage, no radio signals, no bodies, just gone. It was the single largest loss of life in U.S. naval history not involving combat. Some speculate German U-boats sank it, but no such evidence ever surfaced. Others point to structural failure, but the ship had just been inspected. And then there are the theories that border on the paranormal, that the Bermuda Triangle itself consumed the Cyclops whole. Whatever happened, the ocean never gave up its dead. Flight 19. On December 5th, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. It was called Flight 19. Soon after, they radioed in, disoriented, confused, compasses spinning, navigation impossible. They were never heard from again. A rescue plane sent to find them also vanished. No wreckage ever recovered. Flight 19 became one of the defining mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. How could 5 planes disappear without a trace in clear weather? To this day, the only certainty is the silence. The Beichimo. In 1931, the SS Beichimo, an Arctic cargo steamer, became trapped in pack ice off the coast of Alaska. The crew, thinking it was doomed, abandoned ship. But the Beichimo didn't sink, it broke free. Over the next 40 years, it was spotted drifting aimlessly through the Arctic, sometimes boarded by explorers, only to vanish again into the fog. It was last seen in 1969, and then never again. No one knows what happened to it. A ship without a crew, wandering the frozen north like a phantom. The Octavius. The story of the Octavius is part maritime legend, part chilling mystery. In 1775, a whaling ship near Greenland encountered a derelict vessel frozen in the ice. They boarded it, and inside they found the crew still at their posts, frozen solid. The captain was in his cabin, pen in hand, writing the ship's log. The last entry, 1762. If true, that would mean the Octavius had been adrift for over a decade, circumnavigating the Arctic with its dead crew aboard. Some say the tale is fiction. Others point to old naval records suggesting a similar ship went missing during a Northwest Passage attempt. Whether real or not, the Octavius reminds us, in the cold, merciless sea, death does not always mean rest. The Kraken. For centuries, sailors told of a beast so massive it could drag entire ships beneath the waves. The Kraken. Skeptics laughed. But in the 21st century, science caught up. We now know of the giant squid, real creatures with eyes the size of dinner plates and tentacles powerful enough to scar submarines. One was filmed for the first time in 2006. Could ancient mariners have seen the Kraken and lived to tell of it? Or did most vanish before they could? Either way, what lies in the deep may be far more terrifying than any legend. The Leviathan. Mentioned in the Bible, feared by sailors, the Leviathan is the sea made flesh, a monstrous, coiling entity capable of destroying entire fleets. Many believe it was a metaphor. Others suspect it was inspired by real creatures, perhaps extinct whales, giant eels, or something unknown. Fossils have revealed massive ocean predators, bigger than anything alive today. What if something survived? If the Leviathan is just a story, why are so many cultures afraid of the same beast? The Lusca. In the blue holes of the Caribbean, divers tell of sudden whirlpools, tentacles, and vanishing swimmers. The culprit? The Lusca. Described as half shark, half octopus, this cryptid lurks in underwater cave systems stretching for miles. Some scientists think the legend could be based on sightings of undiscovered giant cephalopods, or cave collapses mistaken for attacks. When entire diving teams go missing in calm weather, even skeptics begin to wonder. Real megalodon sightings. Carcharocles megalodon, an ancient shark over 60 feet long, supposedly went extinct millions of years ago. But recent sonar scans, shredded whale carcasses, and testimonies from deep-sea fishermen suggest something else. Could a small population survive in deep trenches like the Mariana or off the coast of South Africa? Governments deny it. But if you found one, would you announce it to the world? The bloop sound. In 1997, underwater microphones in the South Pacific recorded a sound unlike anything ever heard. Deep, thunderous, organic. It was dubbed the bloop. At first, experts thought it was man-made. Then, they thought it was a massive ice quake, but the location didn't fit. Eventually, NOAA admitted it may have come from a living creature, larger than any known whale. Since then, nothing like it has been recorded again. Blackbeard's secret scrolls. When the notorious pirate Blackbeard was killed in 1718, Royal Navy officers seized more than just gold. Among his possessions were coded documents, maps, and a series of scrolls now held by the British government under restricted access. Why the secrecy? Some claim the scrolls reference hidden colonies, cursed relics, and alliances with figures in high society. Whatever the truth, Blackbeard's greatest treasure may not have been buried in the sand, but in history itself. The treasure of Captain Kidd. In 1701, Captain William Kidd was executed for piracy. He claimed innocence until the end, but hinted he'd hidden a vast fortune. Over the centuries, countless hunters have searched for his lost gold. Some believe it lies buried in the Caribbean. Others say Madagascar. In 2015, divers found a silver ingot near Ile Sainte-Marie, but historians argue its authenticity. What if the real treasure isn't gold, but what it was meant to fund? Whitebeard, legend or real? Popularized in fictional tales, Whitebeard is often dismissed as pure myth. But some historians have found references to a Nordic pirate chief with a white-plumed beard, leading raids in the North Sea and Mediterranean. His real name lost, his legend grew. Some say he disappeared with a ship full of plunder and strange artifacts bound for the Vatican. The line between myth and man grows thinner on the sea. Sunken Spanish galleons. In the 16th and 17th centuries, fleets of Spanish ships carried gold, silver, and jewels across the Atlantic. Many never made it. Today, only a fraction have been recovered. Billions in treasure rest beneath the waves, guarded by time, secrecy, and sometimes something else. Salvage crews report strange malfunctions, unexplainable shadows, and equipment failures near key wreck sites. Is it just coincidence? Or is something protecting the old empire's final vaults? The Flor de la Mar, dubbed the richest shipwreck in history, the Flor de la Mar was a Portuguese carrack loaded with treasure from the Malacca Sultanate. It vanished in a storm off Sumatra in 1511. Despite decades of searching, no confirmed wreck has ever been found. The treasure? Worth over $2 billion? The mystery? Even more. Some believe the ship was sabotaged, others that it never sank at all, but disappeared with its crew into a hidden port known only to a few.